Rock bottom, the lowest possible level. An experience that we'll all go through one day. There'll be a time where we have to make decisions. Decisions that can affect our lives forever. Our choice is what makes us. There's no definite answer to whom that walks the path. Everything will uncover as our voyage continues through the rough terrains. A wise man once said, "A smart man makes a mistake, learns from it, and never makes that mistake again. A man like me makes the mistake and dives back into it like an idiot." If you were to ask me how many times I repeated my mistakes, I'd tell you many. Life is like an RPG game. You start with so little and gain more along the way. It's an up and down war with yourself and others as you get stuck in between obstacles. It's about avoiding danger, strategizing, and fighting your way through the toughest battles. Just that, some of us don't make it through those battles. As puzzling the game can be, that's our harsh reality. Me, I haven't gave up yet. I've been through the toughest battles, from fighting bullies to drinking dirty beer. The bullies don't bother me anymore. It's a surge of sewage in a can. Whoever invented the train wreck deserves to be honored a medal and a roundhouse kick to the face at the same time. Strong, dirty, cheap beers have its pros and cons. Starting with the good news, it's cheap, strong, and gets you where you need to be. You don't have to spend over $10 to get your engines roaring like a V6. Your whole mind will be on auto cruise until your tanks run out of gas. You'll get the most of it. The bad news, it tastes and smells like shit. Horrible hangovers and memory loss. If you got a partner that drinks the same way that you do, then you have to put the pieces together. I've been through a list of grimy beers, and my adventures continue like a beer fest. Ain't nobody getting in my way from drinking a shit ton. What I'm about to unravel is another mystery. The 8.6 series from Bavaria. Now, I've heard very little about this beer, and I'm curious on how bad it could be. I can't help myself. I always seek for the worst and never for the better. It's like I'm attracted to horrible experiences. It should have been the total opposite, but it's not. I'm like a grimy pirate that doesn't look for the gold, only for the prostitutes. What can I say? I think I know myself better than anyone does. The goal here is to find all 4 cans. Each can has a different color, design, and profile. The percentages range from 7% to 10.5%. Hearing about the 10.5% is just absolutely exciting. My mission is to seize it all, drink it, and get white girl wasted. Well, besides falling to the floor butt naked, it's about analyzing the truth. How good can these cheap beers be? There's a reason behind this all. It's not about saving money, it's about craftsmanship. It's really hard to find the right one that fits your palate. Your chances are like 0 to none. I'm talking about strong cheap beers, not the 5%ers. Our story carries a bunch of those cheap beers in that range, and they are drinkable. The ones I'm about to grab, it's a mystery. Like I say, I drank most of the filthy ones already, and I'm running out of chapters. This gotta be the last of my series in our province. Until then, I've been drinking cheap beer ever since I started drinking. I've been through worse. I'd consider myself a dirty beer connoisseur. I haven't explored the realms of America yet, but I will someday. Some international countries got their dirty vibe too. I can't wait. This is just the first couple chapters. The book remains open with more to write. The first one is an India Pale Lager sitting at 7%. The second one is an Amber Lager sitting at 7.9%. The third one is a Blonde Lager sitting at 8.6%. The fourth one is a Strong Lager sitting at 10.5%. Starting with the IPL, I'm not too sure if I would consider it an IPA since it did add hops into it. It oddly smells, not such a pleasant aroma at all. The beer strikes immediately with a malty taste and a hop extract vibe. It's not a good combo, it's like putting cheap with cheap. Moving on to the next, the Amber Lager. It doesn't really smell like anything, not much of an aroma. The taste, horrible. It's like drinking someone's dirty saliva. It's very syrupy and leaves you with a bad aftertaste. Unforgettable and regrettable. I wouldn't want to drink this beer ever again. Seriously. The next, Blonde Lager. The aroma is decently sweet, not as bad as I thought it would be since I'm climbing the ladder. A decent loose head. The taste is surprisingly good. It gets easy to drink after a couple swigs. I never thought I'd find a beer at this caliber with a good recoil. It ain't the best strong beer I've ever drank, but it's doable. I could drink more of these and not have a problem with it. I have to say, this one really caught me by surprise. and I like it. Last but not least, the extra strong blonde. Sounds like an aggressive drunk blonde ready to get in a fight with a brunette. This one doesn't have an aroma, it's blank like my high school homework. The taste is good and bad at the same time. I'd call it a yin yang beer. You really get the good grainy textures along with some hard malty notes. It does pack a punch if you don't drink it slowly. I feel like this specific 8.6 needs to be lowered to a colder temperature to unleash its potential. This one doesn't play around. You have to play with it. I have to say, the best one to drink is the 8.6 original blonde beer, sitting at 8.6%. The rest, I wouldn't bother with it again. Especially the amber lager. Ew. If you're looking for a kite to fly to crash into the sea, these beers will be your ammunition for success. They will put you in your place before you can even remember what happened the other night. Testing strong beers like this is like asking to get arrested for fun. It's all a joke until you wake up in a cell with another man banging his head on the door.